The company is called Fraunhofer IGD. So IGD is the department, and so I'm working as a data scientist, and my position is I deal with livestock management. My main thing is to deploy these cameras where I create models that analyze the walking posture of the cows and behavioral analysis. So
Wow.
based on just seeing the cow, we know we do a lot of analysis of how it's walking, what's wrong with it, is it having a limp, is it dirty, is it clean, how much does it have any respiratory issues, based on its breathing analysis, sound frequency analysis. So we have a microphone there which takes the sound, and we use a lot of ML models to identify what's wrong with its path, with its breathing path. And yeah, we closely work with veterinarians and biologists. We gain the information, and then we transfer that into computer vision, which is where I come in, and how to transfer it and identify it. I chose automotive software engineering at TU Chemnitz, so that's where I did my master's. So automotive software engineering is a mix of both hardware and software in the automotive domain, and that's how I got into AI. Obviously, US being at that time obvious, everyone wanted to go to the US and so on, but Germany, the main reason was because I always felt a sense of duty to myself, where I shouldn't pressurize my parents. Also being from a off family, it also came to my mind that I should be self-reliant. And Germany
Yes.
being the country with free education,
Why not?
basic, yeah,
Yes.
thought and I thought this would be a really good point for me to be an independent person. You are coming here to gain knowledge, and knowledge is something that a country in Germany, for example, is basically saying that it shouldn't be paid at a price. It should be free, it should
Yes.
be available to everyone. And it's
Exactly.
not just, yeah, it's also for non-European people. They have this choice, so why not? Professors are here in Europe especially, they are very chill, they're very
Yes.
cool, and they love their job. It's not that they're here because they hate it, they're here because they love it, and that's
They
a big
love it.
difference.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, and when you love your job, you do it really well, and the people that are benefiting from it, like me, are inspired. And laboratories were basically like, for me, an opportunity to get into the mindset of others and combiningly working, so teamwork, and challenging things. And yeah, this gave me a really good exposure to working on software, hardware with automotive components, and it was the first time. I did my master's thesis at Fraunhofer, where it was a different branch altogether, so they work on a different thing. And my master's title was identifying heat labels on heating systems. I went into internship, which was really good, which was the up part. I got internship at Robert Bosch, was doing really good, and then I got my thesis contract.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, all of you. And happy to say this is our 99th episode of Student Interviews. And my name is Shivaraman, Director of Europe Study Center. Thanks to all your love and support, without which, even 10-15 interviews would have not been possible. But we are here with our 99th interview with our student Gautam, who studied in Germany and currently working in Germany. Gautam, welcome to the show, Gautam.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much. And thanks for your time, to do this awareness session for the younger generation. This is how I term this episodes, basically. So before we discuss further, Gautam, please introduce yourself to our audience, Gautam.
Yeah. So my name is Gautam. So I did my bachelor's in electronics and communication in Bangalore at New Horizon College of Engineering. And then from electronics, I wanted to have a more versatile kind of working options. So then I chose automotive software engineering at TU Chemnitz. So that's where I did my master's. So automotive software engineering is a mix of both hardware and software in the automotive domain, and that's how I got into AI, so artificial intelligence. And so I did a lot of projects on that, and then that led me to my current work at Fraunhofer, where currently I am a data scientist working with a lot of AI models in kind of identifying livestock management. So that's the current thing what I do right now.
Excellent. Very crisp and to the point introduction, because this will motivate a lot of audience to watch through your entire journey, how you ended up in this job. So
Yeah.
as always, you are from Karnataka, for example, Bangalore,
Mhm.
IT hub, so
Mhm.
much opportunities. What made you to do your, what was the inclination or the point of, when once you decided, yes, I am doing my master's?
Ah, okay. So, as always, I like everyone else, I was also a teenager when starting my bachelor's. I was 18 at the time, and so it was always a fascination to go abroad. That was the kind of plan, to see the world and to enjoy. But then to do masters was because I felt that what bachelor's had taught me was not complete. So bachelor's course is not complete unless until you master in something, and that's what I wanted to do. There was a lot of things taught, but I wanted to kind of master at one specific topic, and I always was fascinated with cars, and automotive, and Germany being having autobahn and so on,
Yes.
unlimited speeding. Yeah, so all these things as a kid, it was really nice. But yeah,
Okay.
then that was what led me. But then I chose Germany out of all, because that was one of the best choice for me at the time. And the
100%.
courses were, yeah, it is really good. And then, yeah, and that's how I landed here, and I did a lot of research and stuff, and yeah, I landed here.
Super. I like the answer that you gave. You
Mhm.
felt this is not enough. I wanted
Yeah,
more. My hunger
yeah,
is even more. I can
yeah.
even, postpone my, what to say, starting off my work a year or
Work
two
life.
later. I want
Yeah.
to acquire all the skills and then jump into the job market. Exactly, Gautam. I did the same. I felt,
Ah,
okay, done with bachelor's. Then what next? Then same. The same thought process came to my mind. Then I did my master's and then several other things. Super.
mm,
So, before talking about your journey into Germany, you would have had a lot of country options in your mind, right? Any specific
mm.
reason to choose Germany?
Yeah, so there were a couple of countries in my mind. Obviously, US being at that time obvious, everyone wanted to go to the US and so on. But Germany, the main reason was because I always felt a sense of duty to myself, where I shouldn't pressurize my parents. Yeah, also being from a well off family, it also came to my mind that I should be self reliant. And Germany
Yes.
being the country with free education,
Why not?
basic, yeah,
Yes,
thought, and I thought this would be a really good point for me to be an independent person, to be a responsible for a person, and I could proudly say later that yes, I did this journey. It was hard one. I chose it, but then I, conquered it at the end. I did it by myself. Is something.
exactly. As you rightly said,
Mhm.
irrespective of the financial background that you come from, that you put it aside. Why should we
Yeah.
spend more and study when we have
Mhm.
opportunities to spend less or study for free? Just manage our
Yes.
living expense. That's a smart choice.
Yeah.
Especially Gautam, if you
Yeah.
look at the current geopolitical situation, tomorrow we
Mhm.
don't know what is going to happen.
True. Very true. Yeah.
In between this, you sell your ancestral property and
Mhm.
you spend 80 lakhs and study. I feel
Mhm.
it is logicless. Some may be
Yeah.
hurt with this, but
Mhm.
I want to be, I don't see the logic of spending this much,
Yeah.
especially right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, this is what I kind of say to a lot of people. Exactly what you said right now. This point is like you are coming here to gain knowledge, and knowledge is something that a country in Germany, for example, is basically saying that it shouldn't be paid at a price. It should be free. It should
Yes,
be available to everyone, and it's
exactly.
not just, yeah. It's also for non-European people. They have this choice, so why not?
So, one more time, what is the university's name you studied in Germany, and what was the title of your master program?
Yeah, so the university name is called Technische Universität Chemnitz, which is Technical University of Chemnitz. And the course that I did is Automotive Software Engineering.
Super. So, I this question also I have asked in all the interviews because it's the most important question for me. That is from a different education system. You would have
Mhm.
completely,
Yeah, yeah.
got into a high-end European education system. How did you
Mhm.
manage this transition, Gautam?
Oh, that is a very good question, actually. It was one of the hardest thing that I had to do, because Indian education system, as you know, like I have always been kind of above average or average student in at a point. And when I got to engineering, it really opened up my way of learning things, and I was really excelling at it. I was getting good grades, and I finally felt like, yeah, this is engineering is for me, even though all not all subjects fit my understanding, but engineering subjects are something that I can really grasp, and I can do a good thing. But when I came here in that notion of masters would also be the same as bachelors, I was very wrong. And masters and curriculum here, it's not like handed down to you. No, there is no extra questions or study material. Nothing. Sometimes professor just, you don't understand what's going on, and the question paper is completely different to what they teach in the class. So it's all about you grasping knowledge, and it
Yes.
took some time. It took a semester actually for me, to be honest. It was the first semester examinations that I looked at the paper, and it was just 1% less of crying. I didn't cry, that's all was the difference. So it made me cry, almost it made me break. And then from the second semester on, I completely got used to it, and yeah, I prepared.
I went through the same, so I could clearly resonate with
Yeah,
what level of feeling you say this. I'm completely
yeah,
with you. First semester is always a exploration semester.
yeah. You know what we do, we say something that the first drop is for God. You say that, there's the phrase, the first semester is gone. Yeah, it's completely gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Super. So from second semester, you got used to it. You spend
Hmm.
more time and mastered it, right? Eventually.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because the first semester was challenging, not just with respect to curriculum being different, or being in Europe was challenging. You have to live by yourself. You're cooking for yourself. Then you have to wash, clean. You have to pay your bills on time. You have classes to attend. So the whole day, till from the time you wake up till you sleep, you're always occupied.
Easily
And
busy.
I was not used to this. Yeah, is not used to this. And so there was no time for study time. So I had to allocate, put more effort into it, get used to this cycle, and then it made all sense. Yeah.
Correct. And I also believe in this particular thing. If a student is interested in a particular topic, his interest
Hmm.
becomes 2x, 3x with an amazing
Hmm.
professor, like a friend, mentor,
Hmm.
who could take your
Hmm.
knowledge levels to the next level. At the
Hmm.
same time, the same professor could, even take you to a stage where you will hate the subject. So let us know
Yeah.
how helpful were the professors for you at TU Chemnitz.
You Chemnitz. Yeah, they're quite. The head of the department, he at the time, Professor Hart, he was a very, very good person. He was very helpful. The curriculum itself in TU Chemnitz, the automotive software engineering, especially what I'm talking about, was set in a way that you have these hardware subjects, you have some mandatory and elective subjects, first of all. So the mandatory subjects are mostly about automotive, and some are about electrical. And then these electives are where you actually make a life for yourself later. And these professors that I came across in one of these electives were the AI, and he actually inspired me a lot to choose AI, because of simply that his explanation was so down, and so simple, and
Ah,
so basic, that it kind of like I just need to listen to him, and that's all.
super.
And this person, and the way that professors are here in Europe especially, they are very chill, they are very
Yes.
cool, and they love their job. It's not that they're here because they hate it, they're here because they love it,
They,
and that's a
they
big
love it.
difference.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and when you love your job, you do it really well, and the people that are benefiting from it, like me, are inspired. So I would say that most of these, especially in the AI image processing, these are my domain, this is my forte, and over here they really help me a lot,
Exactly. And
inspired me.
I have told this in plenty of interviews, Gautam. If
Yeah,
Indian students
yeah,
can get access to high quality professors teaching, why would I
mm,
even send students to Europe, brother? What is the need?
yeah,
We
yeah,
get everything here. For
yeah.
example, just for your information, I don't send students to go abroad to study medicine. I don't do it because I
Hmm.
strongly believe Indian
We are the
government
best.
colleges are the best place to study medicine.
Yes, that's so true. Yeah.
So why should I sit and promote medicine? No, I will not do it. Excellent.
I think it's very funny, because this point, I met a few students from Ukraine actually during the crisis time, and they were here in Germany. And I said, we have such a good education, education. Why are you guys not there? And why are you here? And they say that it's not of choice. It's because it's full. We are the leftovers, and we had to come here because it's not that they wanted to be abroad. It's completely different in medical terms. I agree. Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. And but when they are in desperation, we should have the
Mm-hmm.
audacity to say no. You cannot say
Mm-hmm.
yes to satisfy them because we
Mm-hmm.
know the end result.
Yeah.
We more or less, this is my 17th year. When you
Yeah.
know it is
Yeah.
not going to work out for the child and you still
Mm-hmm.
sit and promote it, I feel it's the biggest sin that you can do to
Mm-hmm.
anybody.
Yeah. True. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
False hope.
super.
Mm.
Yes, false hopes. And yeah, then I know that, and people even watching this, they know the how good and great TU Chemnitz laboratories are, but we would like
Mhm.
to hear it from you, your personal
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah. So yeah, about the practical laboratories. So there was one laboratory in the entire course, and it was a very big one actually, and
Okay.
it was yeah, it was the biggest one, and it's AutoSAR. So AutoSAR is a software that is going into the automotive cars, into the cars and into the systems. And so basically you have this big electronic system, or more, you can say it as a processor to simplify. So you have a processor, and you have to create a software package or based on the needs. So there's a big question that say this is the need of, let's say, a company, automotive company, and you need to design this hardware and software, and they have to work together. And this is the laboratory, and it was really challenging because it was the first time I'm working with such technology, and the laboratories are amazing, and these equipments are really good, and you're always partnered with another student. And I always used to partner myself with a foreign student,
Foreign.
not from
Absolutely.
India. Yeah, never from India. That's because it always gave me kind of like a perspective of how they think, or
Exactly.
how they are approaching this problem, and
Yes.
solving together gave me a really good. And laboratories were basically like, for me, an opportunity to get into the mindset of others and combiningly working, so teamwork, and challenging things. And yeah, this gave me a really good exposure to working on software, hardware with automotive components, and it was the first time. And yeah, laboratories are great actually.
Super. And uh, with whatever replies you have given for my question till now, I more or
Yeah.
less could figure out your schedule
Yeah.
is jam packed. So you are like
Oh.
fully focusing on studies. You did not
Yeah.
take up these part time jobs or something like that, meaning out of the campus, restaurants, and all those things. Nothing, right? Fully studies.
No, I did take up
Okay.
actually. Yeah.
How
So
did you balance both then?
yeah, so this is the thing. So my whole understanding was that I have to support myself, as I said in
Okay.
earlier. And so the money that, you're aware, everyone who's watching this will have an idea that you need to have a blocked account, and
Yes, yes.
to come here. And I thought to myself, why in the weekends I'm just quiet, just eating and
Why
sleeping.
not do
Why
it?
not
Okay.
why not do a part-time job? And I saw a lot of students from India, and especially from South Asia, going to these part-time jobs. And I just approached one person. I got a part-time job at a warehouse, and I started doing this. And later on, I did various jobs. Actually, I worked at McDonald's. I was working in the casse. The reason, interacting
Okay.
with customers. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, two birds in one stone kind of thing.
On stone.
Yeah.
Super.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you designed it in a way that it is not
Mhm.
affecting your studies, right?
Obviously, yes, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely, the studies was my main focus. Even though
Super.
I may lose track of it, my parents made sure that they always tell that, we'll send you the money. You don't need to do the job. Focus on your studies. But yeah, studies were the main focus.
Exactly. Because why I asked this question is, Gautam, you know
Mhm.
plenty of examples by yourself also. A lot of
Yeah.
students, once they look into this part-time job, they lose focus,
Hmm.
and they lean more towards this, which is a kind of a temporary relief rather than looking
Yeah.
at the bigger picture. That's
Yeah.
why I asked this question actually. So then
Hmm.
we spoke about laboratory, professors, and what sort of examinations, how do they assess your knowledge, your understanding of the subject?
In India, where we have some questions that we know are going to reappear, or we are going to study, here examinations are not like that. It's
Mm.
completely in the core basics. So you learn what you have from these books, you need to have a lot of books. It's not like you can't avoid books. There's no one book, there's multiple books, there are multiple authors, so you study from them, you get understand, you then listen to the classes, which are two types. One is called Vorlesung, and the other is called the practicals, the Übung. So Übung is where you get all the, you work out on calculations, and you have a lot of questions. So this will give you an idea how the exam questions might come. And so
Okay.
based, it's not going to be the same, it's not going to be exact, but it's something that you might know. And so based on this, I used to prepare for the questions used to test our knowledge of how much do you know the
Ah,
subject. And the
yes,
answers could not be, it need not be right, but the concepts need to be right, and how you kind of approach this thing. And I think you get marks for that rather than having the answer exactly right. And of
exactly.
course answer has to be right during mathematical formulas, but when it comes to conceptual ones, this
The
applies.
the flow is important.
Yeah, exactly.
So it basically exhibits your understanding on the particular concept to the
Yes,
proper.
so that's, yeah, so they want to by the end they want you to be a master in that subject. They want you to go out into the world being a master and having the graphs, so they test for that, exactly.
Super. Indirectly, Gautam is telling, like in
Yeah.
India, you cannot memorize, mug up, and pass the examinations. Am I
No,
right?
no. Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah, that's what I
Thank
wanted
you.
to say.
Because this to give this clarity only, we are doing this show. Nothing to
Yeah,
glorify here. If people
no,
watching this, if they are well prepared, the objective
yeah,
is satisfied.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then, when did you finish your degree?
So I completed my degree in the year of 2024. So I came here quite early in 2020 actually, and for me it took a long time. There were a lot of obstacles. My master's journey is no less of a biopic movie actually. It has lots of twists and turns, ups and downs, and good times and worst times actually. So it was a point where I felt I did a big mistake actually, to be honest. And that, it was really hard. The reason for that is, could summarize it like, when I came here, instantly COVID hit. So the
Mm,
first semester, afterwards there was COVID in the second semester, and in second semester neither I could do part-time job, my bank account was getting low, and I was just at home confined to online classes, which is something new for the whole world, by the way,
whole
new
world,
for
yes.
me. Yeah, but I luckily excelled at it, kind of online,
Good.
because I always used to learn, self learn, which is watching YouTube tutorials and stuff. So this format was somewhat similar, and that does help me. But there was that for a year, and then after that, finally I finished my subjects. I went into internship, which was really good, which was the up part. I got internship at Robert Bosch, was doing really good. And then I got my thesis contract, and I came to India for vacation. I had to take something
Super.
from it. Yeah, that was my
You
journey.
were very
Yeah.
clear on what you wanted, irrespective of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
time.
Yes, yes.
See,
I was very stubborn with it, and
super.
I finally did it. Yeah.
I'm completely with you because it's your life, your decisions. You know why you are
Yeah.
taking this decision and what sort of value addition that is going to do to your life. So you don't have to even answer or explain your decision to even anybody.
Yeah.
Super,
Yeah.
super. So then, your final year project. So your thesis, in the
Mhm.
company, which company you did and what was the title?
Yeah, so I did my master's thesis at Fraunhofer, where it was a different branch altogether. So they work on a different thing. And my master's title was identifying heat labels on heating systems. So heat labels. So it was 3D scenes. So identifying heat labels on 3D scenes. And just to give a quick understanding, the Germans, they have these heating systems in the basement of their homes, and basically they were getting outdated, and they were consuming a lot of energy. And Germany was on an energy revolution, like they wanted to have more efficient energy system, so they were replacing all the parts, making the systems more efficient. And they needed an automatic way to analyze these whole basement. And then we were working on a project which has a 3D lidar scanner that scans the entire basement and finally locates the heater, which is a huge heater, and then it detects the labels on them and reads the instructions, and then gives all the parts that it has. And so the guy who's working on it, the craftsman, just need to scan the environment, and he'll have all the information in his phone in seconds. So that was the my master's thesis.
So interesting.
Yeah,
It's not like a one more boring master thesis. It's. I think it's worth the wait. Don't you think
yeah,
so?
yeah. Yes, it is worth the wait, and it taught me everything that I used today. So it prepared me for today. Yeah,
Wow, so beautiful. It prepared me for today. Great.
yeah.
So then, after your master thesis, you started applying for jobs. And what was your first job?
Yeah, so as soon as I was about to graduate, just before my defense, so you have to give a defense at the end after you submit your report. So there would be a lot of back and forth questions and so on. And so during that period, I was applying for jobs, and I landed in Fraunhofer again in a different
Okay.
place. So, I'm in the north. I'm in Rostock at the moment. I'm very close to the beach. It's a beach city. It's really beautiful. So I gave the interview here, and my bachelor's thesis was on a very interesting topic where we use AI and computer vision cameras, ML cameras, which can deploy models that we have trained to identify how fast the plants are growing in a closed environment. So it's like you can grow strawberries even though you're in a hot place like Rajasthan.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Wow.
you can grow, yeah, irrespective, and it's really good, and there is no infections or pesticides needed. No infections will happen, and this is the system actually. And so this was in my CV, and the Fraunhofer here deals with crops and livestock management.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was very close to them, and they were very interested in what I worked with. And yeah, they kind of had an interview, and I got the job here. And now I work with animals and plants, and it's really nice.
Excellent. So you would have never imagined, right? Your bachelor project will play a big role in your
Yeah,
employment after your masters.
yeah, yeah, definitely. This was unexpected, because as you know, bachelors would, I did a lot of things from before, after my bachelor's, and this was at the very end, and that's what caught their eye. And that's why I say to a lot of people, put everything that you have done, be proud of it, put
Yes.
it in your thing, and that would, you never know, it would come in handy. Yeah,
I was about to say the same, Gautam. Whatever
yeah,
you do it
yeah.
with your full heart because you never know which
Hmm.
one is going to help you at which point in your life. One way or the other,
Exactly.
it will come back.
Yeah, yeah.
So, one more time, which company you are currently working right now and what's your
Yeah.
designation, current designation?
Yeah, so the company is called Fraunhofer IGD. So IGD is the department, and so I'm working as a data scientist, and my position is I deal with livestock management, where we have a lot of we work for our clients are dairy farms, poultry
Super.
farms, and so
Mm.
on, and we also have strawberry farms in the crop department. So my main thing is to deploy these cameras where I create models that analyze the walking posture of the cows, and behavioral analysis. So
Wow.
based on just seeing the cow, we know we do a lot of analysis of how it's walking, what's wrong with it, is it having a limp, is it dirty, is it clean, how much does it have any respiratory issues, based on its breathing analysis, sound frequency analysis. So we have a microphone there which takes the sound, and we use a lot of ML models to identify what's wrong with its path, with its breathing path. And yeah, we closely work with veterinarians and biologists. We gain the information, and then we transfer that into computer vision, which is where I come in, and how to transfer it and identify it. Yeah, so this is,
Super.
so the
So
idea is non-invasive. Yeah, non-invasive methods.
excellent. So you work with all these doctors, veterinary doctors, of course, collect
Yeah,
all the data,
yeah,
and you keep collecting data from these
yeah,
livestock constantly,
yeah,
and you match
exactly.
both and take respective decisions, right?
Mhm. Yes, yes,
Wow.
that's you explained it really nice.
Yeah, because from a layman perspective, for
Yeah,
people to
yeah,
understand,
yeah,
excellent, amazing. This is actually the role of a data scientist because many people are
yeah.
confused. So they
Mhm.
have the processed data already, and live they collect data. They
Mhm.
collaborate both to take
Mhm.
constructive decisions, right?
Yes, yes,
Optimal decisions for better results. Of course, this is where
yes,
data plays a uh,
yeah.
major role, and many
It's
students
all
are
about,
studying that.
yeah, it's all about understanding A to Z. That's data
Super.
scientist. You need to know the tools. You need to know, from A to Z. You need to know everything. Yeah, you
Exactly.
should be fluent. Yeah.
Audience, by the way, in this particular project, Gautam would have spent a lot of time with all these veterinary doctors, and he would have done a lot of self-study. Without your permission, I'm telling this. Am I right or
Yeah,
wrong,
yes.
Gautam?
No, you're exactly true.
Thank
This
you.
You're very correct, because yeah, after sitting with these different, actually, there's another thing what we say. Every doctor has his own way of analyzing the patient, right? So it's
Yes.
very subjective. Some doctors or some experts say this is why the cow has this issue, and we need to not just take one doctor. I have to sit with 10 of them and take cumulatively what they have in common, and then go by that, saying that
Yes.
it's like this toothpaste ad. 9 out of 10 dentists say this toothpaste is good. That's exactly what I do. I take 10 samples and I see what's commonly they agree on, and
Perfect.
that's what I implement in my thing. Yeah.
Excellent. Tomorrow, for example, if you're changing your domain, or you're getting into manufacturing, or you're getting into something like, pharmaceutical or biotechnology,
Mhm.
and it's back
Mhm.
to square one. And
Mhm.
from the grind, we need to start
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
introduce data science, right? Because
Yeah. But the
if
process is the same. Yeah.
process is the same, that is the same,
It's
but learning is
yeah.
different.
Yeah, learning is different, but because you know step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you do the
Yes.
same thing in the different use case. That's it. Yeah.
Exactly. So what Gautam is trying to tell to all the young budding data scientists is,
Yeah.
try to keep your mind open. There is so much
Mhm.
learning to be done before you use your data science tools to give
Mhm.
out results to your
Yeah.
company or your partner, whatever. Yes,
Yeah.
super. Now I also learn about, all these processes to, guys like you, because all the time I'm sitting and processing all these admissions and visas. So this is an
Yeah.
opportunity for me also to learn,
Yeah.
basically. And
Mhm.
as you know, Gautam, the work-life balance in majority of the Indian companies, it's not there. So
Mhm.
what level of work-life balance do you have in your firm in Germany?
Yeah, so I can give you a general work-life balance in Germany here,
Sure.
which doesn't completely apply to me, but later I'll
Okay.
come to what applies to me. So generally here, people, what they do is they start their work really early. They start at 7:30 because that's what they want to do. But you can also obviously start at 9. And so it's like 7.5 to 8 hours is your working day, typical working day in a software company. And so you clock in and then you clock out, so it's exactly 5 or 5:30 people clock out, and then they have their life. And in during work they completely focus on work. They don't use
Yes.
their phones, they are not distracted. It's every second is dedicated to your work, and they respect it, which is really good, which is something that I learned doing from people. And then once the work is done, you don't think about work, you think about your life. You people they go here, they go for surfing, they go kayaking, they go bungee jumping, they play soccer, they do everything. It's all about life. You can go back home and sleep, you can cook and eat, which what I love to do. Cook like for 2 hours really delicious meals, and then eat, which is like
Why
a
not?
therapy. Yeah,
Exactly.
and
Why
then
not?
enjoy. Yeah, and then enjoy the evenings, watch a movie, and then go to bed, do whatever it is. So that's work life balance.
Super.
Yeah, but for
Amazing.
me, what I do is I kind of do this what I've just said right now. But for me, I always come back home because I'm a junior and because I'm new to this. I come
Yeah, yeah.
back and I start learning new things. Of course,
Super.
this is not every day, but this is something that I do mostly. I come back, do different courses, learn things, and yeah, this is this. I put more effort into work, and I bring sometimes work back to home, and I also do that because it's not enough time. But then over time, I'm getting really good at it. Yeah, so I have a
Super.
really good work-life balance, I could say. Yeah.
Or in other words, you're not doing it by force. You wanted
No,
to do
no.
this naturally from your heart.
Yeah,
You're not
yeah.
being
Because
forced to do it.
no, I'm not being, and yeah, correct. That's very important. I'm not being forced. I'm doing this. Nobody can here. Nobody can force you, and
Exactly.
that's the
That's what
best
I'm
thing.
trying to
Yeah,
say.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, because nobody here, even though few of the questions that I've asked, I have repeated in all the interviews, because I wanted to create awareness on these specific topics, because nobody is talking about work-life balance. People are getting
Hmm.
stressed. When Monday
Hmm.
comes, they dream
Hmm.
when Friday is going to come. When Friday comes, they fear of when Monday is going to come. How long we stick to a life pattern like this? And not everybody, not for example, nobody has three, four shots at life. Life is only once.
Yeah.
This moment, this time, what you do, it's going to decide your upcoming years or upcoming decades, basically. So,
Mhm.
especially in this abroad education domain, motivating a child to go study somewhere. And when I make interviews like this, and looking at what you guys are doing, really proud and happy, it makes me
Mhm.
feel like, it's like a complete circle. You
Mhm.
started with a mission and you get to see, as you know, this is the 99th interview.
Mhm.
It's a big level of motivation, and these interviews prepares me for the next 15 years, basically.
Yeah.
Thanks to you guys, man. You guys have been so kind enough to do these interviews. So uh, the next aspect is, uh, when it comes to the or your typical work, a day,
Mhm.
at what time you start, meaning you have told already the working hours.
Yeah.
What sort of
Yeah.
roles and responsibilities typically in a day you play?
Yeah,
Typically.
so yeah, typically mine is, it's actually very fun for me. I don't know, a lot of people might not find it fun, but I enjoy every second. So I wake up really early, kind of. For me, it's too early. It's 7 o'clock, 7:30. It's actually yeah. So I take a shower, I prepare breakfast, and I immediately head off to office. So I will be there by 8:45 in the office. 8:30 or 8:45. I will be there, and then I start my day. We have a lot of meetings. We have a stand-up meeting every day, and then we do that. We exchange what we're going to do today, what our roles and tasks are going to be, so we all know we are pretty much in the same page about what we're going to do. And then quickly head off to coffee. So coffee is the first thing that start my day there with. Then
Super.
have some coffee and look into all the emails and stuff, and read through. And I always have my to-do list that I, at the end of the day, I complete, what things I want to do today. And at the end of the day, I mark the things that I have done, and at the things that I've not done will go into the backlog, which is for me to do next day. And so I check some things off, I write some things, and then I have a lot of students under me that I guide in thesis, and there are working students who kind of have tasks. So I assign people tasks, I manage all the students, I give them guidance and support, and I get the tasks I assign to them. And apart from that, then I work sometimes with data. So there's a lot of data things that I have to sort through and stuff. Then of course lunch, which is very early in Germany. It's like 11:30, people are off to lunch. So it's
Wow.
early to rise, early to bed kind of thing. But yeah, early to rise and early, yeah. So then we have lunch, we have group lunch at the cafeteria, which is always fun. It's really nice. And then we
I
come
love.
back, have another coffee, and start with the meetings. And yeah, end my day finally. Yeah. So
Super.
it's typically like, people would say that, you're just enjoying. Where is the hard thing? The hard things are in the between, doing these things, working with the data. That's hard. Yeah.
100. See, people will keep talking, Gautam. I'm sure you would have started to ignore all these comments long back. They
Yeah.
can keep talking whatever. Nothing, nothing is going to change. and,
Yeah.
and no company is going to pay just like that just to come and have lunch and have coffee.
Yeah, exactly. But these are the highlights of my day. That's why just
Super.
said this. But in between are the actual work that I am putting in. So every second, as I said, is completely, so it counts a lot.
Super. And I can assume, and with your permission, I can say this,
Hmm.
uh, you literally love what you do, man. The way you express,
Yeah.
the way you take extra efforts and all those things, you kind of love what you do. And
Yeah.
when naturally there is a work-life balance in the organization, I think your
Mhm.
work only gets elevated. Don't you think so, Gautam?
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what you said is absolute truth. When you enjoy it, it feels, it doesn't feel like work anymore. It just feels really fun. Yeah. So
Super.
I had a long vacation of 1 month. I was in India
Wow.
in last month. Yeah, I was there, and so afterwards, after the vacation, I came back here. It never felt like going back to school. You know that feeling when it never felt. It felt good. It felt I'm back here. This is where I belong. And when I was in the office, the first day I was happy. I was just happy. So yeah, I
Super.
could say that. And a lot of people would be thinking, "Oh man, he's living the life," but this, when you love it,
They may
you just
think,
enjoy.
yeah, they
Yeah.
may think, but you have gone through so much to reach here.
True.
which we
Yeah,
have
yeah,
which we have without hiding anything we have presented in this video.
yeah,
So
yeah.
people need to understand, no pain, no gain. I tell a lot of people,
Absolutely.
I'm just
Yeah.
going there for fun, my focus is only part time, I'm just
Mm.
going there for xyz reason. I say, please don't waste the seat. It is
Yeah.
their taxpayers' money. Please understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you want
Yeah.
to, make it useful for you, then
Yeah.
go. Or else,
Yeah.
please leave the seat to someone else.
Yeah, that's so true. And I just want to say to everyone, don't take things for granted. Always appreciate. This is a very hard thing to come from inside. It has to be there. And yeah, just try to get help and be grateful for everything. Yeah, don't keep going forward always in life. That's important.
All these things only made you stronger, right, Rahul?
Yeah. Yeah, true. Yeah.
To the person that you are today.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
last question, Abos, I cannot conclude the interview without talking about your parents, actually. I know
Yeah.
that they are happy, they are relaxed right now, looking at what their child is doing. So,
Mhm.
how happy they are right now?
Oh, they're very happy. I would say that they're more proud actually. They're very proud
Super.
of what I've become. For me, it's like I grew up in Bangalore with my uncle actually since the age of 5. So he's kind of the one who I always see as my role model. He's my inspiration in everything, and the things that he has done from scratch. And he has, he's a big. Um Inspiration to everyone in the family for us. And I grew up with him, and he was the main reason for me to kind of pursue this dream of this thing of engineering and so on. And I think for me it's very important that he's proud, and I think I know that for sure that he's very proud, and I can see that. So yeah.
Super. Amazing. And nothing like making our loved ones proud and
True.
it's like you have your work, passion, hobby. I guess it's all fused together right now for you, and you are at an excellent phase right now, so which you are enjoying and
Yeah.
moving forward in life. And I guess you are really blessed, but you have really worked hard for it.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
matters end of the day.
Yeah.
Super.
Exactly.
Before we conclude this beautiful, inspiring interview, I would say,
Thank you.
any points you wish to tell to our audience?
Yeah, I just want to say that it's good to have dreams. It's very important to have them, but in order to achieve them, you need to get up and start doing things. And it's never too late to start doing that. No matter how late you think it is, it's not. And Yeah, so just get up and start doing it. Make your dreams come true. And it might be rough. It's not the same story for everyone. Don't
Yes.
rely on other people's story like mine. It could be easier for you, it could be harder than mine, but
Yes.
yeah, so be prepared for life. That's life. It's always going to
Exactly.
be unpredictable.
Exactly. We just presented a candid version of your life journey, what
Yeah.
it takes to reach what you're currently doing right now. So
Mhm.
people, will obviously, get inspired, and it'll help in their decision making process. That's the whole objective of doing these interviews, which takes us to the end of the 99th interview. Thank you so much, Gautam. It was great talking to you and giving us time,
Yeah.
1 hour of your time to
Yeah.
shoot this and present it to the audience. Thank you so much. And I'm sure even if one child gets motivated out of this interview, Gautam is going to be super happy because
Yeah,
of that.
yeah. I mean, that's Sudarshan. Thank you. Actually, it's a pleasure to be here and talk about my journey. So I just want every of the viewers to be kind of take this, information, use it to your own, and I hope every one of you get your dream come true. Make
Succeed.
your dream come
Yes,
true. Yeah, succeed is what.
definitely. Thank you, Gautam. Thank you so much for your
Yeah.
time.
Welcome.
And
Yeah, welcome.
we'll be in touch. And best
Yes.
wishes to you. Keep exploring and
Yeah.
keep pushing your limits, which you have already been doing all the time. Thank you.
Yes.
All the
Thank you,
very best to
Sudarshan.
you. And
Yes.
convey our regards to your family members. Yes, okay.
Yes, of
Thank you.
course, of
Thank you, guys.
course. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes.
Bye
Have a
bye.
nice day.